This video is brought to you by Grandeur Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
Howdy y'all, TFL is having me drive the new 2025 Nissan Murano for the week, and this is the new Platinum all-wheel drive completely redesigned edition. So let's get acquainted and see how she drives. Jumping in, the new Murano. It's nice. You know, I like the interior more than I like the exterior. Ooh, easy entry. So the steering wheel kind of presents itself to me, and the seat moves forward to your saved settings. I do like easy entry. That makes it a lot easier, if you will. But let's get buckled up and acquainted. Okay, so right off the bat, the gear selectors, guys. We're back to buttons. I get that it is a space saver and it's cool and hip and funky. I just, I don't like it. But let's see. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, you know. And as I've mentioned before, I've always wanted an SUV. And as some of you know, I have recently announced a new TFL member is expected in the fall. So now I have a whole new other set of things that I have to keep in mind when I'm looking for a new car. It can't just be because it's fast. It needs to be because it's safe. How easy are, car seats to install? How easy is it going to be for that snack tax to get back there? So I have a whole new set of, ideas that I need to kind of adhere to. I just have a whole new way of looking at things now, which is pretty insane. God, this is a big panoramic roof. We got the slide function, one touch. I like that. I like the one touch feature. That's pretty nice. These two-tone interiors, it's ivory caramel, and it almost kind of looks like it's wearing a little sweater, like you're at the golf club or the tennis club and you have your sweater just kind of draped over you. I think it's kind of nifty. I like all of the two-tones on the dash and everything. There's a lot of different materials on the dash. It's pretty neat, and a lot of soft touch too. I mean, this is the Platinum trim, so I would kind of expect a lot of soft touch materials everywhere. But I already see something I don't like. Well, I've already seen a couple things I don't like, but a big thing I don't like is it's got these haptic buttons for a lot of your temperature controls that are embedded right into this wood trim. And I think it looks cool, but I don't like it at all. And I just feel like functionality over looks maybe could have come into play a little bit more in this scenario. I think it looks cool to have lights coming through wood. I do like that it has a wireless phone charger and a couple USB-C ports. Everything is relatively pretty comfortable. I got an extra little cubby here. Cup holders are nice. I do like that it's got just a two-spoke steering wheel. You don't see that a whole lot, but that's pretty nifty. The steering wheel itself feels really, really soft. And another thing to note that I do actually like, these screens are huge. You have two 12.3-inch screens, both for your cluster and your infotainment. And this is Google built-in based infotainment. So you've got, Alexa, Google, obviously, and you also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But what I like is that there's this little switch here on the right side of the steering wheel buttons where you can toggle between which screen you're trying to navigate through. So if you want to navigate through information that's on your instrument cluster, you toggle over to this left button. And then if you want to go through things on your infotainment, like for your music or anything like that, you toggle over to the right button, and then you can use this little dial that's on the steering wheel itself. I think that's pretty cool. I think it makes it less confusing, it's more intuitive, and I'm all about things that are just easy to understand right away. I don't like to have to try to get used to something over a period of time in order to feel comfortable with it. I like that it's like easy to use right away. So I do like that. I think things are integrated pretty nicely, other than I just don't like these haptic buttons in the dash or in the wood. I just think it looks kind of cheesy. I don't know. If you plan on owning your car for an extended period of time, consider an extended warranty. Check out GrangerWarranty.com. They're the leading online manufacturer-backed warranty dealer in the country. With Granger, you can save up to $1,000. Go to GrangerWarranty.com and find out even more. Jumping into the back. Oh, wow. Oh, these seats are firm. I was not expecting how firm these are going to be. I do like that they continued the diamond perforation design and this like sweater over the shoulder, caramel over ivory onto the seats back here, but these seats are noticeably very, very firm. If that's what you like, that's what you get. But if you are someone that likes a little more plushness to your seat, you're not going to be very happy with these. But let's check out the squish factor. Also pretty firm. Got a couple cup holders, a little cubby here. See something I do like. We have heated seats in the back with a couple USB-C ports, adjustable vents, no temperature control, but at least we do have vents back here. Plus a nice goodie that's something I think about as an expecting mother is sunshades for the little ones in the back. I think that's pretty nice. Ooh, here's a fun little thing. A light blue stitching. There's no other light blue in the car, but that is a nice little pop of contrast. I do appreciate that. As far as leg space goes, as you can see, quite a bit of space. I've left the seat where I would keep it while driving, 5'7" for reference, and quite a bit of headroom too, as long as you don't sit a little forward, because then it kind of jutes up. But as far as space, this is actually pretty comfortable back here.
What if you're in the middle seat?
Ooh, middle seat? Oh, it's even firmer. Oh my goodness. Talk about a park bench seat. This is uncomfortable. However, not a huge hump here in the middle. Sometimes these are like massive, so relatively flat, so at least you can put your feet here, but gosh, these are not soft at all. Well, good morning. It is a beautiful day in Colorado, and we are in the Murano, and life is gonna be pretty good today, I think. I think it's gonna be nice. Oh, I love this easy entry. But you know what I don't really like is the look of this thing. And you know, that's subjective. You're either gonna love or you're gonna hate the look of this new Murano. But I was thinking yesterday, like, what does the front end of this Murano remind me of? And it reminds me of a whale's like mouth, like the teeth and everything, where all the bristles are, like the hair, the fibers, and it's just like one continuous long, weird thing. I don't know, the front end of this where there's that separation, there's that black bar, just kind of reminds me of like a whale's mouth. And you know, maybe that's cool. Maybe you're into marine life. I don't know, but it looks just very weird. So luckily it is a beautiful day, so I don't really need my heated steering wheel or my heated seats on. But I've noticed the icons for those functions are so teeny tiny on the screen. I'm just so confused as to why they're so small, because there's not an actual physical button for the heated seats. Of course not. Why would they do physical buttons, right? But I'm wondering, you know, because this does have Google built in and voice control, I wonder if I can activate it with voice control. Let's see. Turn on driver, heated seats.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Turn on driver's heated seat.
Sure, turning on the seat heater for the driver.
Okay. Okay, so that's nice. You know, the lack of buttons is certainly kind of fixed by having voice control. So although I don't necessarily like having to talk to my car in order to control it, otherwise I have to find tiny little icons on the screen, it does make up for the lack of buttons. So I will give it that. See, I do know we've got a couple different drive modes on the Murano. We've got Sport, Standard, and Eco. So it's nice that they at least give you a couple. Ooh, we're in Sport, and I just kind of felt it kick in. And the nice thing about the new Murano is they ditched that CVT, which not a whole lot of people are fans of. I know I'm not one of them. Yes, they are very efficient for fuel economy, but for someone who likes to feel gears change and really control their car, CVTs are not where it's at. And this has a 9-speed auto. So I am very pleased to know that Nissan fixed that with putting a 9-speed and ditching that CVT. And with that 9-speed comes paddle shifters. They're plastic, but at least you have them, which is pretty neat. So you can drop down a gear if you've got to kind of scoot around somebody on the highway. That is pretty nice. And while you are on the highway, this does have Pro Pilot Assist, which is going to give you things like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. And those, for me, are really the main driver assistance features that I would want. I actually like to drive my car and I like to be in control of my car, but when you're just kind of cruising on the highway, it is nice to kind of have those features in order to keep you up with traffic and keep you in your lane. Suspension feels pretty nice. You know, where I live, there's a lot of, well, number one, it's not paved, so it's all gravel roads, but there's a lot of really bad cracks and potholes in that section, and it's kind of soaked up the imperfections in the road pretty nicely. And I gotta say, handling is pretty smooth. I do dig how this drives. Not a huge fan of the outside, but listen, you're not looking at it from the outside all the time, especially when you're inside driving it and experiencing it. This is a really nice interior. This feels really good. Let's see. Yeah, that's not bad. A little loud, a little droney, but at least not, you know, a CVT drone. Let's see, all right. A little pep. Nothing crazy. All right, going around these turns. Feels pretty nice. I do feel relatively connected to the car, you know. I don't feel like it's, you know, turning on a dime or anything, but it's got good handling. I mean, this is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 241 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. So, no, this is not like a super fast car or anything, but for me, if I was to drive this with my little one in mind, I don't really need a super fast car. I just need something that's adequate to get me up to speeds and not feel like it's the slowest thing in the world, and this would be fine. Have I mentioned it's got seat massagers? It's more so like the air kind of inflates and deflates on your seat, so it's not so much like a kneading type mechanism like you would find in some other companies, but it kind of just like rolls. And that's fine. That's really going to help with anti-fatigue on road trips, or even if you just have a little bit of back pain. So, I mean, look, I'll take anything over no seat massaging function. Checking out the exterior of the 2025 Nissan Murano Platinum All-Wheel Drive Edition. This is in a really nice color. It's a two-tone Aurora blue with the black roof. And I think the back looks pretty exceptional. I think it looks really good. It's got some nice lines, got a nice slope to it. Coming around the side, we've got 21-inch wheels, a little bigger than I normally like, but I think they look pretty cool, a little two-tone. Here's where it's lost me. You're either going to love or you're going to hate this. The headlights are integrated into the grille here. It's interesting. Coming back to the trunk, I like that to open it is actually this button right up here instead of trying to fumble with something underneath. I do like that a lot. About 33 cubic feet of cargo space back here, but you can drop down the back seats relatively easily just from these levers. And as you can see, it actually folds flat. I do like that. Jumps up to about 64 cubic feet. Under here, unfortunately, you won't find a spare tire. They give you a tire mobility kit, but you're gonna find your Bose subwoofer. Personally, I would like to have had a spare here instead of a subwoofer, but this is kind of how they've laid it out. In either case, that is what you get. Well, I'm glad I got to be behind the wheel of this new Murano Platinum all-wheel drive for a couple days, because just off looks alone, I'm like, I don't like it. But after getting to drive it for a little bit, I noticed how nice the interior is, but then I also noticed a few more things I don't like about it. So at the end of the day, would I buy this for my family vehicle? No, especially for the price of over $54,000. I think it looks pretty odd. The interior is pretty nice, but still a couple quirky things that I'm not a huge fan of. But listen, it's may be the perfect thing for another person. It's just not for me. Let me know if you guys would pick one of these up. Check out alltfl.com for even more videos. This is Jen. We'll see you next time. Cruising on the highway in my 6'4", no. Although I don't necessarily always like having to talk to my car, like I'm